The city of Seattle, Washington, was always painted in shades of gray, mist rising from the water, clouds hanging low, and rain that seemed to fall endlessly. But to Hannah Collins, it was home. At 27, she worked as a museum curator, carefully arranging exhibits of forgotten history while keeping her own past locked away like a sealed archive. Her life was quiet, structured, yet deep inside, she carried a story she never told, a story tied to a boy she once loved and a night that had changed everything. That boy was Ryan Mitchell. They had been inseparable in high school, best friends, first loves, two dreamers who spent countless evenings by the old Aurora Bridge, whispering promises of forever. But one night shattered it all, and Ryan had left Seattle without a goodbye. Now, nearly a decade later, Hannah believed the past was gone for good, until fate placed Ryan back in her life, and the bridge that once divided yesterday and today stood before them again. Hannah stepped into North Point Cafe, shaking raindrops from her umbrella. She ordered her usual black coffee, no sugar, and turned to find a seat. That was when she saw him, Ryan Mitchell. He sat near the window, staring out at the rain-slicked streets. His hair was shorter now, his shoulders broader, but his profile was unmistakable. Hannah's heart thudded painfully, memories flooding back. He turned, and their eyes met. For a moment, the cafe, the rain, the city itself disappeared. Hannah? His voice was the same, deep and steady, though laced with disbelief. She froze, her coffee trembling in her hand. Ryan. They stared at each other, the weight of 10 years hanging between them. Finally, Ryan stood. Can we sit, please? Against her better judgment, Hannah nodded. They sat across from each other, the small table between them doing little to lessen the intensity of the moment. You look the same, Ryan said softly. You don't, Hannah replied, her tone sharper than she intended. He gave a faint smile, but it faded quickly. I deserve that. I know I do. Hannah's chest tightened. You left, Ryan, without a word. Do you know what that did to me? His eyes darkened with regret. I do, and I've carried that guilt every day since. But I didn't leave because I wanted to. I left because I had to. Her breath caught. What are you talking about? Ryan leaned forward, lowering his voice. That night, what happened at the bridge? I couldn't stay. There were things I never told you. Things I couldn't. Hannah's stomach twisted. She had tried for years to bury that night, but now the past clawed its way back to the surface. The memory was vivid, etched into her mind. It was senior year, the night before graduation. She and Ryan had met at the Aurora Bridge, their favorite place. The city lights glimmered on the water below as they talked about their futures, college, travel, the dreams they shared. But then everything shifted. They weren't alone. Another classmate, Jason Reed, had been there too, angry, drunk, and reckless. Words turned to shouts, shouts to shoves. Hannah remembered Ryan trying to calm him down, but Jason had stumbled too close to the edge. There had been a scream, a desperate grab, and then silence. Jason had fallen. The police later ruled it an accident, but rumors spread like wildfire. Some whispered Ryan had pushed him. Others insisted he fled because he was guilty. Hannah never knew the full truth, only that Ryan had vanished the very next morning. Now, sitting across from him in the cafe, she realized the answers she had wanted for so long were finally within reach. Ryan's voice was low, heavy. That night, Jason didn't just fall. He'd been threatening me for weeks, Hannah. He owed money to dangerous people and thought I could help him get out of it. I refused. At the bridge, he was out of control. He tried to pull me into it, and when I resisted, he slipped. I tried to save him, but Ryan's voice cracked. I couldn't. Hannah's eyes filled with tears. Why didn't you stay? Why didn't you explain? Because someone saw us, someone who wanted me gone. His jaw tightened. The next morning, I found a note at my door, telling me to leave Seattle if I valued my life. I was 18, scared, and my parents thought leaving was the only option. Her heart pounded. A note? From who? Ryan shook his head. I never knew, but I think whoever it was is still out there. Over the next few days, Hannah found herself caught between anger and longing. Ryan wanted a chance to explain, to make things right, but trust was hard to rebuild. Then she began noticing something unsettling. A man, always in the periphery. Outside her museum one evening, across the street from her apartment another night. His presence was fleeting, but his eyes lingered too long. When she told Ryan, his expression hardened. It's the same man who's been following me since I came back. Whoever threatened me years ago doesn't want us digging into the past. Fear rippled through